Which leads us to the new Andre 3000 album. He cites Brian Eno, Pharoah Sanders, Laraji, Steve Reich, and Alice Coltrane as influences. I mean, can't go wrong with that from what I like.
Yeah.
This is like a way different record than anything he's ever made before, stylistically, aesthetically. I mean, most of it's improv, if not all of it. And there's no rapping on it. It's instrumental. Look at these track names.
I'll be honest, I don't enjoy a long song title. I don't. I didn't like it when it was popular to do with like emo bands. And I like Andre 3000. I don't like the titles of these.
Sorry, we're just on absolute opposing camps on that then. This is very similar to my album from 2 years ago. Look at my titles. It's got emojis, all sorts of shit going on.
Yeah, but I find that it makes it difficult when you're communicating to other people about an album or trying to express your opinion on it. Every time I want to talk about track 1 on this album,
yeah,
I don't want to say, oh, I really wanted to make a rap, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to do that.
You could just say track 1.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's how I'm going to end up referring to it.
I understand that with a 13-track album like mine, but I guess for that particular album, and I think for this particular album, he's coming from a similar place of like breaking through that expectation. But yeah, I think we set this up well. Let's get into it. I would assume that's Andre flipping around our headphones. The what. Mm-hmm. This is sick. This feels exactly like the show we saw live at Light and Space.
Which one?
The first.
Diego wasn't with them.
Sorry, you're right.
It's Nate, Surya, and Carlos.
Is Carlos on this record?
Carlos Nino, isn't he?
Carlos co-wrote this.
Yeah, Carlos.
With Nate and with Surya. So yeah, there you go. We've seen this band live, minus Andre. Matthew David's on track 5. D'Antoni's on track 3.
Diego's on 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah.
Wow. Carlos Nino helped with the production and mixing too.
Good for him.
Very cool.
Very cool.
I really enjoyed that first Light and Space show out in Ohio. It was very magical.
Very. This is basically like Surya compositions with Andre just doing whatever he wants on top. They're equals. This is more of a band record than a solo record.
Than an Andre 3000
Yeah,
record.
yeah, because this is very Surya. Like what we saw, this is the same.
Surya.
It's the same thing except with Andre on top.
Is it a hot take to say that Andre 3000's part is the only part that I don't care for?
I like what he's doing. I mean, this is getting into microtonal territory. That's cool. It's weird. It's artsy.
It feels pretentious.
Define pretentious, I guess.
Artsy for the sake of being artsy without making a dish better or delicious.
No, I get that. I think your opinion is actually within reason.
It's still cool, but in a sense, like you said, they're really providing the meat and potatoes of the dish.
This couldn't work without them. Surya is the meat and potatoes of this record.
I like what he's doing right now on this track.
This is beautiful.
I
But again-
love this track. It's beautiful.
But what makes it amazing are the chords, and that's
Yeah.
Surya. This track's cool.
Yeah.
I have to say, my analogy with Speeding Bullet to Heaven is a pretty good one. Because, one, that album is 90 minutes, much like this one. And two, it has sort of that tribal drum feel. They're both coming from this, like, foundational expression.
Yeah.
Like, where did it all begin? Where did it all start? Let's get down to the roots. Let's dig deep. I think it's going to get mixed reviews, but mostly positive. That's what I think.
I feel largely positive about it.
Because Pitchfork hasn't come out yet. Fantano hasn't come out yet. Right?
We're on track
4?
4?
Yeah, it's the same group as the first two tracks. The only outlier so far was the third one, which replaced Surya with
And then
with
the
D'Antoni.
next one's going to have Matthew David and Diego.
Yes. It's under 4 minutes. It's the shortest track.
Wow. I have to say I've enjoyed 2, 3, and 4 a lot. 2 and 4 the most. 1 was good.
You just didn't like Andre's
I didn't like
lead
Andre's
noodle sauce.
Lead noodle sauce.
I love that he made this album. This is a really interesting comeback story.
Yeah.
Because, like, he could perform in front of 20,000 people tomorrow. And, like, the show's announced that day kind of thing and still sell it out if it was Outkast or him rapping. But he chose to not do that. I'm happy that he found his happiness, or he's, like, finding it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really like this. This, to me, is, like, a very palatable, listenable, free jazz album.
I think it's accessible.
It is accessible.
I think one of the best things about this is I think that you could be a regular Outkast fan and put this on
And be like, oh shit.
and not get it, but be like, damn,
It's-
this is a vibe.
Yeah, you smoke weed to it and hang out with your friends. It's still a vibe.
Yeah. Who's all on this track?
This one has Carlos
Andre.
Jesse Peterson, who is playing bass and pedal steel guitar, and Mia Doi Todd, who's gonna sing. This one's called Gandhi, Dalai Lama, Your Lord and Savior JC, / Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and John Wayne Gacy. This is the weirdest one so far, would you say?
Yeah.
This is the one that's like an art question the most to me. It's cool, but I prefer track 1.
I don't care for the vocals. Ha, 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 hoo. Am I watching American Horror Story? I'm definitely getting the Bundy, Jeffrey, John Wayne Gacy. We just ended that track and we're moving on to Ants to You, Gods to Who, the track that I'm ever so curious about. This is fantastic though. Ants to You, Gods to Who, beautiful track. Who's on it?
Well, you can hear
I can hear.
the main band is back. Oh, I am completely
No.
wrong. It is not. It is this Peterson fellow,
And Gaeta.
and Mia is on it, I guess, too. And yeah, Diego's playing keyboards instead of
Surya.
Surya. I mean,
so beautiful.
they're both perfect for this record.
I have such a deep love and appreciation for the music that they put out into the world. Having met both of these humans in person, like knowing just like what like sweet humans they are, I'm like they got good vibes. I like that.
Here, Rolling Stone. Oh, this came out today.
Oh, cool.
Leaving Records released Mycelium Music in April, an album inspired by the interconnected networks of fungi and produced in large
So
parts.
Carlos Nino's the one who put him in his little music computer.
How did you get involved with this project? My involvement, or just the label's involvement, or our community involvement with the Andre record was completely facilitated by Carlos Nino, who has been just like a day one brother. I consider him family as far as his influence and support goes. Once the Dre stuff started happening, Carlos was privately telling me on the side, I met your hero, Matthew, and we're jamming, and I want you to come over and jam with us one day. I'm like, one day? Wow. What would I do? I don't really play music. I twist a lot of knobs, and I play the laptop. Okay, me and Dre are at Rick Rubin's studio in Malibu tonight recording and jamming. This is what Carlos said to VCR, the violinist. Carlos is like, pull up. Now's the time. I want you and V. Oh my God. Can you imagine getting that call, getting that text? Now's the time. Pull up. I pick her up. We drive over, just really excited. The most excited we've ever been in all of our lives. Well, yeah. VCR, Veronica, she's losing it. She's from Memphis. We connect on being from the South. I'm from Atlanta. Dre is our hero. We get there and it's so chill. He's so down to earth. He's very human to human. He's grounded, making us feel grounded and safe. We jammed for 5 hours and what we made ended up making the cut. A year and a half goes by and here we are. Wow. Yeah. This is really cool.
Very cool. Can I make a note?
Please. I'm dying for your notes. This is the last track, by the way.
It's a beautiful album, but there is this sort of air of like, oh, we're not really supposed to talk to Dre. We're just here to like jam and make music. But he's like so down to earth and so chill and so human. Really? Because that's not giving that. Also, like, you get the call. The time is now. Meet at midnight under the cloak of darkness. I guess like it just all kind of like happened organically and happened. But I don't know. I get it. Like meeting Andre 3000 is a big deal. I'd be like nervous too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, we're not here to talk. Why not? Something about that it rubs me.
You can interpret it as just he's not here to talk about how big of a deal he is. He just wants to vibe and be present. That's how I take it.
Yeah, I get that. Obviously, like, let's not be weird. But I think somebody telling you like, okay, don't be weird, is weird, right? Like, just let the container be the container.
All right, I'm ready to give my album rating.
Here's the thing. I really enjoy it. I find it to be very beautiful. I love a lot of the artists on here. Besides like that one track, I'm like, oh, I really do like what Andre 3000 adds to it, right? But once again, I feel like everybody else is, meat and potatoes, and he's the Squid Ink twill. It's decorative, little indulgent. But am I excited that this exists? 100%.
Can I tell you what your description is telling? What ratings?
Yeah.
You're telling me that the album to you is a 7 out of 10.
No.
No.
An 8.
You're going all the way to 8?
No, it's beautiful. It's an 8.5 almost. I know I feel like it sounds like I'm very critical. Overall, if you didn't tell me that this was Andre 3000 and I'm just like listening to this in my own blank space, this is beautiful. I'm magical. I'm having a great time. But a little bit of like the twill is too much on some of it, right? Which is the only reason why it's not higher. But do I find the whole thing to be very enjoyable? Yes. But it's because I love everybody that's on the album with him. It's not necessarily that I love what he's doing.
I also give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's great.
Why is it not a 10 for you then?
There's weaker moments than other moments. A 9 or a 10 out of 10 is like, it's unbelievable the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, there's no bad moments on this album, but there are weaker moments. And so, for me, it's an 8 out of 10. It's a great record.
It's a great record. Do you think that this record has replay value for you?
Yes, in the sense of like, if I'm getting a massage or if I'm doing something where I want to relax.
Good album. Good vibes.
Cool.
That was fun.
Yepper. Any closing thoughts before we shut down the streamy poo?
I'm not a hater. Buttons is not a hater. That's all I have to say.
Buttons is a lover?
Buttons is a lover. Am I a little bit judgmental though? Yeah.
Aren't we all judgmental?
I think so. But I try not to be. I don't want to be. I aspire to not be. But I think maybe that's just how things are, how it is. It's natural. That was my closing thought.
All right.
Bye.